She lost her job because of something that is completely out of her control. When a company hires someone remotely, they expect that person to be on Zoom calls to meet deadlines. They will just see somebody disappear during a Zoom meeting, because even if you are qualified, you are still a question mark in their head. This is what makes this so painful and unfair. This is something I don't see remote workers or freelancers sharing. I just wanted to share with you. It's very basic, it's very simple. It works for me. The technique I use is basically something in your hand right now. A woman posted on TikTok crying she had just landed a remote job and lost it in the first week. No, she didn't do anything wrong. MTN and Airtel MiFi happened to her. I'm telling you this, or I want to share this with you, because nobody's having this honest conversation on YouTube about what it actually takes to work remotely from Nigeria. And today we're about to have that conversation. We are going to talk about why international companies are not hiring Nigerians, or why you can't get a remote job as a Nigerian or an African, and what you can do about it. This video was actually requested in my community, and it just happened when I came across this woman's video on TikTok. Now, this tragic event is going to lead me to my very first reason, which is about internet, and I'm just going to add power to it. So internet and power reliability. Aside the instability of this internet providers, power outage can go out for 4 hours, and it's so hard to explain to a foreign client what is happening. They will just see somebody disappear during a Zoom meeting, and there are no stable backup infrastructures because people just assume that everybody has a generator. Of course, I do myself, but as a beginner, you're just starting out. You've not made any money yet. You don't have money for a generator, do you? Even if you have money for a generator, the fuel prices are always like this. Why am I going down? Up every single time. So this is a problem for somebody who is doing a 9-to-5 remote job with fixed hours. This is what international companies are actually afraid of when they hire Nigerian remote workers. When a company hires someone remotely, they expect that person to be on Zoom calls to meet deadlines and be reachable during working hours. If your internet drops during mid-presentation or power goes off during a client's handover, it doesn't just affect you, it affects their business. They may not say it out loud, but it's going to affect their decision about you. The lady on TikTok proved the fear is not entirely irrational. She lost her job because of something that is completely out of her control. Data did not finish. She had everything checked. MTN MiFi, Airtel MiFi, because she said she used both, failed her. Not her work ethics, not because she's not professional, because she was ready. She didn't just have one internet provider, she had two. But her employer didn't see the difference. They saw unreliability, like, we cannot depend on you, we cannot rely on you. Yes, your skill is amazing, yes, you know how to do the work, you are professional, but you're unreliable. This is what makes this so painful and unfair, because she did everything right. Now, whilst I was going through this video about this lady crying on TikTok how she lost the remote job she just got in the first week, it occurred to me that, Mfon, you've been sitting on this for someone whose income is literally online. There's this technique I use. Yes, I have a Wi-Fi in the house. I even have a MiFi. I can't remember the last time I used that thing. Even when I was using it, it was very inconsistent. So I can relate to what she was going through or talking about in that video. I can relate to that pain. The technique I use is basically something in your hand right now. I use my mobile hotspot. Yes. Now, if you're worried about a call coming in whilst you are using your phone for this, you can get a separate SIM, connect it to your laptop. This is what I use. I have noticed that even my mobile hotspot is faster and more reliable to the Wi-Fi or whatever Wi-Fi you're going to use. I'm not going to tell you to go and buy Starlink. Of course, you know how expensive Starlink is. As a beginner, you might not be able to afford it. I'm basically sharing the technique I use. If I'm not on a call with my students or with clients, if I'm not doing any heavy work that I don't need distraction on, I can use the Wi-Fi. For the Wi-Fi, if you need it, it's still here. Come on, carry it. But if I'm doing something serious, okay, if I'm on a deadline, I use my mobile hotspot. Period. This is something I don't see remote workers or freelancers sharing. I just wanted to share with you. It's very basic. It's very simple. It works for me. Use it. Try it. If it works for you, come back and let me know. Okay, hi neighbor, I just want to let you know that you can now join the waitlist for the Digital Neighbor Academy. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments. Why should you join? So you get first-hand information on what's going on about the program. Also, you can get information about the discount, the bonuses that's going to be available for people in the waitlist. I can't wait to see you inside. So let's head back to the video. Now, infrastructure is just one part of the problem. Even if the internet was perfect, power was stable, many Nigerians still struggle to get remote jobs. And here is the second reason. People don't hire what they don't understand. This is about trust and the perception gap that we have. Think about it. If I've never worked with someone from another country before, I have questions in my head because I am wondering, is communication going to be smooth? Will time zone be a problem? How about payment methods? So this is the problem. Some people or some companies, some businesses will not hire what they don't understand or they don't want to understand. Because even if you are qualified, you are still a question mark in their head. Now, before I move on to the next reason, let me know in the comment section where you are watching me from, neighbor. Just say, hi neighbor, I am watching you from XYZ, okay? Now to the third reason why international companies don't hire Nigerians, or why you don't get a remote job as a Nigerian. Some people still have the mindset that they are the only ones in the world. Competition has increased globally. You are not just competing with Nigerians. You are competing with someone in Eastern Europe with stable power and fast internet connection. You are competing with someone in Asia with 5+ years of experience and less charge. You're competing with someone in Latin America in the same time zone as your potential clients. So you're not the only one in the world. Remote work didn't just open the door for you. It's open doors for everyone, and you need to understand this. You are not the only one in the world who has access to this opportunity. So when companies post jobs, they are not choosing between you and 5 other persons. It's between you and hundreds, thousands of people globally. At that point, small difference matter. Communication, internet connection, payment struggle or payment issues, power, all of those tiny whatever. Even if you have the same experience, you have the same skill set with this person, they are going to choose the person over you. Reason number 4 that is going to blow your mind, if you allow me, my sound counterintuitive is not about the location. It's the wrong strategy that a lot of people are using, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans are using. Because people just apply for jobs, go to job boards, they just scatter their CV everywhere and wait for the job boards to call them back, refreshing their emails every single day and just waiting to get the job. Submit 50 CV and nothing is happening. Crickets everywhere. The problem is not you. The problem is the system that you are using. Job boards are designed for volumes, which means too many applicants, too little attention, and no real connection. You're basically standing in oil mill. Sorry. You're basically standing in a crowded market, Alaba market. I've not been there. So let's use oil mill. You're basically standing in oil mill market and screaming, "Hi, I'm you," hoping someone will hear you. This is why I don't advise beginners, I don't advise my digital neighbors to stay too long in the remote job market, sticking their head and optimizing their CV or LinkedIn profile and keep on applying and throwing spaghetti on the wall in the name of job application strategy. I stopped teaching people how to chase remote jobs, and I started teaching them how to build freelance businesses instead. And I teach this inside the Digital Neighbor Academy. This program is going to take you from no skill, no clients to your first paying clients. The link to join the waitlist is in the description and the pinned comment. But you don't have to join the program before I give you the way forward. Remember, I had promised you that. So the first thing you need to do is to shift your mindset from job seeker to service provider. Freelancing removes most of these barriers. Next, you need to build credibility with an international facing portfolio. You are not just applying with your CV. You have a client attracting portfolio that includes samples of your work, samples of how you can provide value as a service provider. Now, as a service provider, you want to target founders, you want to target business owners, you want to target coaches, you want to target personal brands. They don't care about your location. They care if you can actually do the work, if you can solve their problem. If you like, be in your village. Did you deliver on the promise? Yes. So I don't care where you are. Next thing you can do, instead of applying for jobs and throwing spaghetti on the wall, is to build your personal brand. This is a trust signal. Now, in order for somebody to hire you, they need to know you, they need to like you, and then they need to trust you. These three things are super important. So build a strong LinkedIn profile. Be visible, be available everywhere. Visibility is the currency. It's not new, it's the currency. I don't mean posting and then disappearing or going to ChatGPT, copy and dump. No, being intentional about your personal brand, being intentional about how you build your personal brand, the kind of content you post, targeting your ideal client, not your fellow freelancers. This is going to help you more than a polished ChatGPT CV. Okay, now if you're interested in building your own freelance business, in moving from no skill, no clients to landing your first client, after you use the link in the description to join the waitlist, watch this video next on how you can land your first clients even as a beginner. I'll see you in this video, and as always, have a lovely week, have a lovely month. Bye, neighbor.